What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining us back at another episode of We Have Amazing Friends. We're trying to get the Party Wagon podcast going, but unfortunately, we've had some issues over the past couple weeks. Steven's father is not doing too well, so we're just going to keep pumping out the We Have Amazing Friends episodes. This week, we've got an actual really close friend of mine from the community that I hang out with. This is my buddy Chris. Chris, how the hell are you doing?
Hi, I'm great, actually. A little stressed out, only because tomorrow's my 40th birthday, and I still have a normal day of work, and then I got to drive 4 hours to my parents' house because it's Mother's Day weekend.
Right, 40.
So much for my birthday, I guess.
Yeah,
but
dude.
no, I'm actually looking forward to it. But yeah, it's just getting all my stuff together so we can travel this weekend is obviously a little bit stressful, but that's how it goes, you know? Normal life stuff, right?
So, Chris, with you turning 40, everybody that's watching, this is the reason you should eat healthy and exercise, because you don't look like you're turning 40.
Trying not to, man. Really trying.
I'm turning 36 in a week, and I feel like I'm in my 70s. So,
Well, yeah. Well, okay, you're a handsome young man with your long ass hair. You'll be all right.
my receding hair, according to some.
Don't even talk about that. That's why I'm wearing a hat all the time. 24/7.
Hey, I did have Core Life twice today, lunch and dinner. I went to Core Life. So,
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah,
And that's your healthy alternative, right?
I'm a healthy boy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did drive to Five Below to get a soda because they don't sell soda there.
Oh, gee, of course they don't have soda. It's a healthy restaurant.
Well, dude, I really appreciate you getting to do this.
Hey man, thanks for having me. I actually beat you up into doing this. Honestly, I keep asking you about it, and I've wanted to do it for a while. So the timing is right. I'm sorry to hear about Steven's misfortune and what's going on with his family. I hate to hear that, but
Yeah. Well, you were like the first one to know that we were doing podcasts in general, and you're like, yeah, I'll definitely do that, and then we just haven't.
I'll do that.
It's been
I'll do
five
that. Let's
five
get on,
months.
let's talk some shit.
Yeah, it's been 5
Let's talk
months,
some
and we
shit.
just haven't
That's
done
all
it, and here we are.
Yeah. Whatever.
So hell
Perfect
yeah,
time.
man. So without getting too crazy, Chris was one of the first people in the Party Wagon. He got him right in. Chris was one of the first people to leave the Party Wagon. Because
Believe the party wagon.
yeah, right, you were, yeah, pretty much because of toxic people in the community. Unfortunately, you have taken a little bit of a step back from turtles. What have you been up to since you stopped collecting turtles?
So honestly, more recently, I think I talked about this a little bit. I've actually picked up some more vintage stuff. I'm trying to be careful. I learned a long time ago to be very focused in my collecting. When I was collecting the newer NECA stuff, I dabbled a little bit in Super 7, but I really didn't like it too much. But with the NECA stuff, I was just sticking to Toon because I just knew if I started buying movie stuff and then I'd be on this I was doing video games. I'm like, okay, I can't do the video game stuff, and then now there's even more stuff. So looking at what you guys are dealing with now, I can't imagine trying to have a focus. But anyway, I've still doing Transformer stuff. I've always done Transformer stuff, even since I was a kid. So I started young, got hand-me-down Transformers, and then when I grew out of Transformers, I started messing with Ninja Turtles, obviously vintage stuff when I was a kid, and then after that, I think rolled right back into Transformers G2, and then entered adult collecting. I finished high school, start collecting. It's like 2001 or 2002, and there was a bunch of Transformer stuff coming out. I bought Transformer stuff for about 10 years, give or take, and then that stuff got too convoluted, and I was just like, all right, I need a break. Took a break, and then came back 2015, started collecting Transformers again, and then obviously insert a few years back, you and I meet in a random-ass Facebook group talking about a metalhead, whether there's KOs or not, and it turned into a beautiful friendship, and here we are.
Yeah. So crazy, man. Yeah, during the pandemic, I was just trying to help everybody out, and your sad soul was like, I need a metalhead.
Sad soul. It was one. God.
I'll say you remember that day? Like I was like, yeah, I'll help you out 100%. I got up. I was working. I got out of I just left. I was like, I'm gonna find this man a metalhead. I was in the middle of my day just working, and I was like, I'm gonna find this guy a metalhead. Didn't know who you were. Never talked to you before. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking do it.
No, that's the kind of dude you are, man, and that's why obviously this community has grown the way it's grown, and our friendship has grown the way it's grown. I'm the same kind of guy. I would do the same thing for somebody else if somebody absolutely needed something. I mean, how many times have we helped somebody? I know how many times you've helped somebody, but how many times have we just helped people for whatever reason? I mean, shipping over to Europe or whatever.
Good old Luigi.
Good old Luigi.
Always bothered me for shit to Germany.
Shout out to Luigi.
Hopefully he sees this.
Right,
yeah,
right.
that
Yeah.
man.
Well, you'll just send him a message and send him a link. That's how he'll see it.
What was that first box we ended up sending him? It was like $250 to ship over like I think a turtle in disguise.
It was at least 3 sets. I thought
we got a discount on it. Use your business discount on it.
But yeah, man, I don't remember.
I know Turtles in Disguise. I remember Turtles in Disguise.
I thought the Turtles in Disguise came much later. I thought we had already sent him like 3 sets and even some Ultimates too, man. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
I sent him something at least twice, and then you sent him something too, right?
Yeah, for me, yeah, I've definitely, because I know more recently I sent him, I think I went and got him like the Toka and Razar, and I think he wanted like Zack and Smash, but he didn't want Zack. So actually, I think I have a second Zack around here, the 7th or the 5th turtle. So I had sent him one of the Smashes. But yeah, oh my God, shipping's crazy. Good Lord.
Even in the States, it's gotten a little on the funky side.
Yeah.
I've actually had more troubles with shipments than I have. I mean, like not terrible troubles, but it just seems like even. I mean, I'll tell you real quick. So we had a pirate ship nightmare. What was annoying about it is, even though my wife and we shipped something, someone bought something from her for X amount of dollars. We insured it for 2X, roughly, because of they're sold out in stores. They're not even really in stores. They're sold out on their website. And the fact that you can't get them or replace a used one because no one's selling used ones, we insured it for the amount of replacing it, right? They completely destroyed it. And to even replace the item was going to be 1.5x. And they wouldn't give us 1.5x to replace the item because their argument was that they're only giving you money to make you whole. We over-insured it, and they weren't going to give us enough money to replace the thing. The thing's just gone, and you got your money for shipping back. You got your money that you sold it for back, and that's it. I mean, I'm also trying to make profit on it. I was just trying to, I'm looking at the big picture, we paid to insure an item, it got completely destroyed, and now we can't replace that item.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, you overinsured, you're not doing that, or we're not doing that for you, kind of thing. So just a fair warning for everyone. I know this is obviously a dollar amount that's very different than what people are working with, but when it comes to $400, $500, $800, $1,200, and you pay extra money to insure something for $1,200 or $1,000, but you only sold it for $400, you're just covering your own ass to make sure if you do have to replace it, you can at least find one or buy one. They don't care.
Yeah.
So just a quick fair warning.
They
I don't know how
yeah.
much anyone else has dealt with it lately, but
yeah, they don't give a shit. I've only had one thing break in shipping, and I was doing the eBay thing. I sold a ceramic beer stein from World of Warcraft. It was called the Great. I think it's called the Brewfest Stein or something like that. It was really cool. It was like this big. Shipped it to fucking Australia, surprisingly, and it got there and it was absolutely shattered, destroyed. And I mean, I bubble wrapped the shit out of that thing, and the person was like, "I want a refund. Like, this is unacceptable." I'm like, "Well, it's not my fault." And eBay said because we use the international shipping service, eBay's like they get their refund, you get to keep your money. So I was like, all right. Which ended up pretty cool. Yeah. And it was like a stein that I bought for I think I bought it for like $45, and I think I sold it for like $150 or something. It was just something I had sitting around for years. And the Tankard O' Terror, that's what it was called. And it was like this big. It was so fucking heavy. But yeah, shipping, I always worry about shipping, man. Recently, somebody won, so Playmates, Playmates sent me some stuff to give away. and I gave them away in the group. And Reed Duchess is a gentleman that won them, and I think he's in Ohio. I want to say he's in Ohio, somewhere very close. I went and bought a
Yeah, not
box.
far from you.
Yeah, I went and bought a box. They weren't going very far. I bought a box from Walmart, bubble wrapped them all up because they were Canadian cards. So he was like interested. He was like, cool. They're gonna have different art on them, which he was excited about. He got him, and it was dead ass. The opening scene of Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, like that thing was just absolutely kicked around. No one cared about that, and it was just destroyed. And I think one card came out unscathed. The other one had like maybe a bend in it, but then two of them were just absolutely destroyed. And it's the only issue I've had with like shipping in recent times. But man, and I hit up USPS and I was like, hey, this is unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're insured. Never heard back. You just never hear back. It's so stupid.
Anymore, like if it's over a certain dollar amount, I don't send it to USPS at all. I've gone to UPS for pretty much most things, as you know.
Yeah.
It's a gamble with any of them. Honestly, it sucks. It just depends on what day you catch somebody or what customs officer you get coming through somewhere else, or whatever might happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's truly frustrating that so much of our hobby hinges on the ability to safely ship things. Just collecting in general, just like it's just a gamble every time. I mean, obviously,
every
it's
time.
cool for me. Great if there was more opportunity for meetups, more opportunity for toy shows, but it's just not feasible. And then for the average collector who has the time to take time off work and go travel for a toy show and do all that stuff. Some of us who are fortunate enough to do that we're very lucky, but not everybody can do that. So
Right.
it's one of those things.
I try to travel to toy shows, but Tom hits me up on a Thursday. He's like, "Yo, Saturday, let's go. We're driving to Ohio. Leave it at 4 a.m." It's like, no.
No, I will not be making that toy show.
He did that like 2 weeks ago for a sneaker convention. He hits me up on
That's different.
I think it was like
That's different.
was it? I think it was it was a Saturday. He calls me on a Saturday and he goes, "Hey man, he's like, "Hey, do you want to hang out tomorrow or something?" He said something. And I was like, "Yeah, sure. You want to go to a show with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do it. He's like, "Yeah, it's in Ohio." I'm like, "All right, when is it?" He goes, "Tomorrow." I'm like, "Fuck." I'm like, "I mean, I'll see." So I went down and asked April. I was like, "Hey, April, can I hang out with Tom tomorrow?" She goes, "Yeah, I don't care." I'm like, "What if we're going to Ohio?" It was like, I think it was Cleveland. And she's like,
Yeah.
"No, absolutely not," because he left at 4 a.m. to
No.
get there, and he didn't get home until like late at night. But it's like just usually how it is. And then like there's I've been trying like so hard to meet up with Dave, the TMNT collector. I don't know if you've ever talked to Dave before, but Dave's a good friend of mine. He lives in like Hamilton, Ontario. He's always in Canada,
Oh, okay.
and I've been trying to meet up with him for like for months now because I have something I want to send. I want to give him a party wagon that like the big one that I made. But shipping that to Canada is like an arm and a leg. So I'm like, I'll just whenever we have time to meet up. So Tom is like, "Hey, we got invited to a convention, a toy convention in Canada. Do you want to run the booth for me?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." And I'm like, "What day is it?" He goes, "August 5th." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm cool. I'm in. Let's do it." And Dave was going to be there, and we're meeting up with Renee. Renee's voice of April O'Neil. I think you and I talked about that. The voice of April O'Neil.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Renee will be there. We're going to grab dinner the night before. I think Townsend Coleman might be there. He's the voice of Mikey. And we were just all going to grab dinner and have fun and just kind of hang out. But then I asked April about it, and we have a convention that we're going to. The one convention she goes to every year on August 5th in Buffalo, New York, which is an Oddities and Curiosities convention where she buys dead animals and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, of course.
The one day this summer that I can't do it, and that's the day. And I'm like so bummed, but
That's just how it works out, though. Yeah. No, I mean, let's be honest. There's another show. There's another time.
There's always going to be more.
It'll all work out again. Yeah. Everything will fall into place the way it's supposed to, and you'll get to do that stuff that you want to do. Yeah, I would imagine that it's is is the stuff with Tom? I obviously you guys are good friends. Do you feel like that stuff's like getting busier and like that you'll be doing a lot more stuff, or does it feel like what I'm asking is, I guess, you think you'll be able to continue to do stuff with
Yeah,
Tom
like
and
you're.
like keep doing this stuff, right?
So you and I haven't talked about this yet. Hopefully Tom doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mind me saying, but there was a call today with Viacom, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's officially good to go. Everything's
Oh,
moving
cool. That's
forward.
awesome.
Paramount,
Great.
Viacom, are enormous fans of Tom's work. Like they know Tom's
Mm-hmm.
work. It's a huge deal to them. And we are moving
Awesome.
forward with a lot of that. And I say we, I'm just a guy that like approves stuff. I mean, he's just like, hey, what do you think of this? What needs to be changed? And it's just my that's what I do. And then I
Yeah.
just market it.
Yeah. Sure.
But
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's gonna be like now it's official. He's gonna have all the properties under his belt, and he's gonna be able to do whatever he wants when he wants, and in collaboration. There's some big things coming up for us, Tom and I here
For sure. Yeah.
soon
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that I don't want to
Oh,
talk
that's
about
great.
just yet. But very
That's
big,
fair.
awesome things that is like insane. Uh, um, but yeah, like I think in a year from now, it's probably gonna be bigger than it ever was because he's got the sky's the limit at this point.
Right. Right. No, he's got the next year to sell and sell and sell and sell and sell. So
Yeah.
I would assume too, like if they sell you the license, right? They they're at least promoting him, right? They're at least putting him on the web page or like at least on their web pages. So like,
That I don't know. Um,
yeah.
I do know there's kind of something in the works similar to that, but it's still confidential. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, yeah, one of the things I learned, which is cool, is that when he pays for the license, like they pay per like clothing type thing, he gets access to the
Sure.
whole uh, portfolio. So he's not just paying for turtles. Like we were talking about
Oh,
it
okay.
earlier. So he's like, yeah, I get access to everything. I'm like, dude, you're gonna have Ren and Stimpy. You're gonna have SpongeBob.
Oh
Gonna,
no,
the
that's
first thing,
amazing.
the first thing I said was Rugrats, and he said it the same time I did because that's what they said on the call with Rugrats. So like, I mean, it's everything, and I'm just saying the Nickelodeon part of Viacom. Like Paramount owns thousands of things. I feel, you know what I mean? Like it's really the
Star
sky's the
Trek,
limit.
right?
Yeah,
Star
like
Trek, right?
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
Star Trek. Yeah,
that's a huge. Yeah, well, I mean, I know it's on Paramount Plus, so I would just assume
I
it's
think
Paramount.
they have their hands dipped in so many things, but it's just really it's really incredible what he's going to be able to do, and I'm just excited for it. I'm just hoping that the TMNT fans are out there are still excited to get stuff. So we'll
Speaking of
keep
stuff,
designing and putting it out. Yeah, there's
yeah,
so much stuff.
are you stoked about this new movie or what? Like, are people talking about that a lot? Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, you're so people might people that listen to
People are
this.
talking about people are talking about the new Transformers movie, but I ain't talking about it.
Dude, dude the new I saw like a 46-second video like from when Optimus Prime meets Optimus Primal, and I'm a Beast Wars guy,
Yeah.
so I was like, this is
Mhm.
incredible. I'm so hyped for that movie, even though the last like
Is
three
that does it look
sucked.
good? Okay,
Yeah,
does it
dude,
look good?
it
Yeah,
looks
I
good. Um, Beast
yeah.
Wars
No, I
was
mean,
sick.
yeah, I'll give it a chance once it's like on one of the streaming platforms. I'll take a look. See,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm more of a diehard Marvel when it comes to actually going to the theater and seeing stuff.
yeah.
Um,
April and I are gonna go see
I'm,
Guardians tomorrow, which is
I
when
recommend
this
it. It's
comes
great.
out.
I liked it a lot. I
Yeah.
liked it a lot.
So I'm
Fantastic.
excited. I'm excited to see. But the new Turtles movie, man. Yeah, you're not in the groups. You don't get to listen to all the people complaining or all the people really liking it. Um, you watched the trailer, right? I'm assuming.
I think you sent it to me. I'm pretty sure I watched it.
Probably did. It's
Uh,
like Into the Spider Verse.
It was it was a while ago though, right? Like I mean, that trailer's been out for a minute, right?
Yeah, well, it was like March, end of February, maybe early March.
Yeah, I think February. February sounds right.
Yeah. There's been one trailer, and then there's been another trailer that hasn't been released yet. It was at like a festival, but I'm I wouldn't say cautiously optimistic. I'm excited for that movie only because I love the art style. I
Mm.
like what they're doing with it. Some of the changes I'm not happy with, but that's just because I don't like the change. Like there's a character named Superfly. I don't know who Superfly is. Why can't they be Baxter Stockman? But I think there's still a
Oh,
character named
Super
Baxter
Fly.
Stockman.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see how a lot of how the voices are because Post Malone's in it, does a voice of one of the characters, which is cool. And there's a couple of other like just random celebrities that I'm really
I
excited
mean,
to see in
everybody's
there.
in it. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, I thought
Jackie Chan's in
Seth
it.
Rogen's right.
Seth
Yeah,
Rogen.
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, they have a good cast, so it should be
Yeah,
interesting, I would
I'm
say. I
excited.
mean, I'm not sure I'm gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna rush to see it. Might I maybe kill Tuesday afternoon? Maybe. Matinee prices are cool. So
Yeah,
no,
I
I'll
will.
probably. I mean, in all fairness, I'm curious about it. I'm honestly really excited about the new Spider-Verse one.
Yeah, part one. I'm excited about that. That's like next month, I think. Maybe it's soon. It's really soon. The toys
I
are
was
out.
just in the theater and looking at all the flyers.
Yeah, I
Oh,
have
they
no
are.
clue. Yeah, I have no clue. But yeah, with the turtles, man, like people were just kind of on the fence about it. They don't like a lot of the designs. But yesterday or the day before, maybe it was just sometime this week. I forgot when it happened. We're recording this on the 11th, but they released like new promo art that was a little more stylized, and they had whited out eyes, and them on a rooftop. And they look more like badass, more
Oh,
what adult collectors kind of like to see or adult fans like to see, and that has like changed a lot of people's perspectives on it. Like that's actually kind of cool. You literally just remove the pupils, and people are like that's a badass design. So we'll see how that is. People still bitching about Donatello's glasses, but can't shake that.
that's just how it goes, though, right?
Yeah, that's how it is. The toys look cool.
Bitching
Toys will be fun.
people are bitch. Um, I guess we can segue into some other topic here as far as the bitching, complaining stuff goes. Um, I think initially when we just started becoming better friends and communicating more, we're really just sharing excitement for for the hobby and stuff like that. And then obviously the more we've gotten along here, or things came along, things just got a little rocky because people were this and that, and there were some dramatic people around and doing this, that, and the other thing was happening. Um,
Yeah, so there's some turds in the punch bowl.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Do you feel like that's less common now, even with more people?
You know, yes and no. When you left the group, it was someone was just being a
Mhm.
dickhead, and you're like, I ain't got time for this. This is ridiculous, and it makes
Yeah, we
total
literally
sense.
came after like my wife, and like it was
Yeah,
weird. Like
it was
yeah,
just,
like it sent
it was
yeah,
just dumb.
just
It
like
was just so
private messaged me
stupid.
some nonsense, and I was like, okay,
Yeah,
bro,
ridiculous.
bye. Yeah.
You know, overall, if I was to make a statement, and I see this a lot, I've seen a couple people in our group specifically, the Party Wagon, where they're like, it's just not like it used to be. There's a lot of there's more negativity. We're not really feeling it, and this was a couple months ago, and I was like, I totally get it. I totally understand. The more people that come in, you're gonna have issues. I can't keep an eye on everybody, and neither can the other admins. You just can't keep an eye on everyone. And I started going in and deleting a lot of comments, right? And then we kind of started punishing people a little bit. We're muting people. Some of the people that were just kind of repeat offenders, we got rid of. But we don't like to remove people, but a couple of them we did. And looking at the other groups, I'm in maybe 10 other Turtles groups on the internet, on Facebook specifically. And it's very toxic consistently. And the toxicity is still there. That's the problem. And it either comes from toxic admins or in moderators, or admins and moderators that just don't do anything anymore. They created the group 7-8 years ago, or for whatever reason, and then they just let it grow. There's a group that's like 41,000 people, and it's just always people trash talking each other, and you see that a lot. And then you go to the Party Wagon, and yeah, maybe you'll see them every once in a while, but when you look at the numbers, right, we've got they said tells you how many posts over the past month. So like every 30 days, we've got close to 3,000 posts in our group for 11,000 people.
Wow. Okay.
Whereas you go to other groups that are like one of the groups I'm just mentioning has 41,000 people in it, has 728 posts over the past 28 days or some shit, right? You go to another group that has like
Oh, okay.
18,000. They're around the same number as us, if not lower. So you see these larger groups with less activity in them with more toxicity, where we have ours with still toxicity. There's still some toxic assholes in there, but we have way more posts.
Sure.
And what happens is the ones that have those toxic jerks, people get into it. That one always gets bumped up. More people see it, and it looks like this is how the group is, but it's really one out of, 2,800. So that's the long answer. The toxicity is kind of really gone for the most part. It's still there. It's always going to be there, but we do pretty well, I feel. And whenever something happens, we usually jump on it pretty quickly. Thankfully, the admin assist tool always flags stuff for us. So when the people are being jerks, it will flag it for us.
Right. I mean, honestly, in all fairness, too, like, I'm sure people are complaining about some of the same things, but I'm sure some of it's new stuff or whatever the newest complaint trend it might be. But I do feel like when we were participating in other groups before the Party Wagon and just overall collectors in general, if you're a new toy collector, shopping at Target and Walmart is a nightmare.
Yeah.
I just remember everyone complaining all the time about either lack of availability or somebody's not stocking something, or the app says it's there but it's not, and then like, are they lying to you? Scalpers, this, that, and the other thing. Honestly, more than just, in all fairness, that's honestly was pushing me away the whole time. Versus like really just the toxicity of that one situation. And honestly, that one situation is what, like, obviously the straw that broke the camel's back for me, because I was just like, all right, this dude's literally like sending screenshots of my wife's Facebook page. Like, I don't have time for this. Like, I literally don't have time for anyone who wants to be that like vindictive and weird and whatever. And honestly, it's happened long enough ago that I don't really think about it. Honestly, I couldn't tell you exactly what happened or exactly what was said.
Yeah. I know the dude ended up getting like booted off Facebook. I remember that. As I told you about that the other day.
fully off Facebook.
Like, right after it happened, that dude just gone. So
just completely erased. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where who knows, like with all the, I think, you know what, I think what it was I made fun of the fact that he didn't have a real name. It was just some ridiculous like fake name. I'm like, how'd you get through? Like, who are you and how are you in here? Like, you're not a person.
That was one of our original rules, though, that we had, is when people came in with fake-ass names, we didn't approve them because we don't want... Because, like, when you have a fake name on Facebook, you're either a scammer or you're a fucking weirdo. And that's 90% of the time. If you got some strange name that's not your name on Facebook, it's like, we're adults here. You don't need a fake name on the internet. Like... I'm going to find your, people are going to find your information regardless. It's public knowledge. But yeah, when it's like weird stuff, but we've got a little looser. We've got like Dirk Savage in the group. It's just a random Turtles character. He always got a couple Casey Jones flying around.
No, and I appreciate that.
But no, I agree.
And obviously too, in all fairness, this was a smaller group at the time too. And I'd watched you like literally just check every person with a fine-tooth comb coming in. So like it was just like, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Like, you're not someone we interact with every day on this group. Like, who the fuck are you? And yeah, obviously it didn't last for him either. But I think more than anything, I think I found Turtles again to like rejuvenate like my interest in just collecting in general. Yeah. I'm sure you remember. It was nice for me because I could sell a couple vintage items and I could buy new turtle stuff, a bunch of turtle stuff. And at that time, I kind of picked the right time to come in. I think Krang wasn't even on the shelf yet. I don't even think you had Krang yet.
For the NECA stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't, because Krang came out before the Baxter Stockman 2-pack, and I think you got me the Baxter Stockman and Splinter 2-pack.
Oh, dude, so, I literally went shopping on... Was that the day after Christmas?
Yeah, because it was a December-January drop. Yeah,
it was like the day after Christmas, and I just woke up early and just drove to like 7 Targets. And of course, the first Target I stopped at was the only one that had anything. So I drove this 6 other Targets for no fucking reason.
Yeah, and then a
But,
week later we got them.
yeah, and then you got them. I was like, well, thanks, because like I mean, like, in all fairness too, I was like, I owe you. Like, you know, you got me that metalhead. You like literally get up off your couch and went and got one for me. So I will make sure I hunt and hunt and hunt and hunt to find for you. But yeah, I mean, like that was fun for a little while, and then even locally, there's like the same local dude who buys up a bunch of stuff and then like pretends like he doesn't have them. Like, oh, I could go get you one or whatever, and then he's actually got like 5 of them. Like, just little scammy scoodle that I just don't want to. I just don't want to mess with those kind of people. And honestly, like that is the one nice thing. Sure, you still have scammers. There's still scammers when you're collecting vintage stuff, but I feel like with vintage stuff, it's a little easier to spot. I know it gets easier. You get better at spotting scammers when it comes to new toys and stuff. Because you go, get all these for $40. You're like, no way.
Right.
That's just not happening. You're not getting 5 figures for $40. That's just not a thing. They're $40 a piece. Like, you know. Yeah, I was going somewhere with this. I apologize.
I was just gonna interrupt you and say, like, I get it. Like, since I started doing vintage, I have more fun doing vintage. Like the fun, the hunting, you know, the collecting is way more fun because like NECA is going to be something that's on the shelf, and if it's not on the shelf, you can get it off AliExpress or whatever the case may be, or you can get it from another collector. But like with vintage, like you go to a store, you go hunting, you're looking for a figure, you can only find the figure, pristine condition, no accessories, worth getting because of the price. Then you got to hunt this accessories, and every accessory you find for a good price is like a dopamine hit of finding and collect. You know what I mean?
Right. No, of course.
So like you've got that dopamine hit way more when you do the collecting of vintage, and that's where I've been doing so much vintage lately. I don't have room on my shelf anymore. I have toys on my floor that I just can't put up yet.
That aren't NECA toys?
Yeah, I've straight up got.
Has everyone seen? Oh my gosh!
Straight off the card, man.
Everyone. Yeah, man. Has everyone seen how extensive your NECA collection actually is? That you bought doubles and triples of things because you just want something to buy.
I have 9 Last Ronins. I've got 5 standard and 4 sexy. I got 4 sexy Ronins, 5 standard Ronins.
Yeah, but hey, at least you're customizing stuff and doing whatever. I can't speak. You know, I can't speak. I've got 55 of the same Optimus Prime. So, I mean,
but this one has a different shade of blue on the trailer, Gary. This one had the stickers applied.
This was made in Mexico.
Yeah, this one had the stickers applied in manufacturing. These ones you had to apply yourself. It's different.
It's different. It's not the same. Man.
Yeah, for those who don't know, that's what Chris does, is like the most ridiculous variants of Optimus Primes across the fucking world.
Yeah, that's all I do. All I do. And day in, day out, look at auctions and whatever Japanese pages or even eBay pages and just look at a photo and go, is that the right color? Because it's the nuances and the blues and the reds and like, what color the eyes, and there's like 9 different mold variants just in America, not even including everything outside of
It's
America.
ridiculous. So, there's that. Remember that one time I went to like a mini toy show and I was like, oh, these are what they have, and I had to give the phone to the seller so you can ask him like 300 questions on the Optimus Prime. And then we were there for like 20 minutes just waiting for the whole thing to get done. Bought it for you, shipped it to you. It was wrong, and then you ended up like, did you ship it back to me or you shipped it back to him or something?
No, honestly, I think I didn't come to an agreement with him because something was glued, and I was like, you just killed the value for me. Like, it's not there.
Yeah.
Like, because basically the way it works out is like, each mold variant has either a number associated with it or a style associated with it. And it's really easy to Frankenstein or Franken-Prime an Optimus Prime together. And because there's so many different variants, there's still value in the stuff he had because, oh, I could still use this and put it with this set. I can take this out and put this set, and I at least got the toy and the whatever. And so I kind of been like, I explained to him like what he had, obviously, so he understood. And then the glue thing came up, and I was like, yeah, so I can't.
Maybe I don't. Maybe I didn't. Did I ship it to you, or did I actually? Did you just see?
No, I don't think he. I think you took it. You may have gone as far as taking it to your house, but I don't think you.
Yeah, no. I had it. I had it in my hands. It was purchased, and I remember sending you photos of it. But the funny part of that story is whenever we go to like shows, April's like, we're not sending Chris photos because she doesn't want to.
No, we're no longer helping Chris. Chris cost us way too much time and effort on his first opportunity. Nah, that's never happening again.
No, but thankfully, like when I go to shows now, I still look and I know what I'm looking for. Like I know not to send you things because I'll know what not to send you or waste your time with. Because I went to a pretty big show and you're like, I was telling you about it. You're like, what? No Transformers? I'm like, no, there was nothing. There was literally. There was like 3 things there that I remember seeing, and they were like absolutely nothing you would have given a shit about. So, yeah, shit's so funny. She's like, never again. We're not doing that again because she was so she hates toys. She doesn't want to be there. She wants to get the fuck out of there.
No, I get it, and I was holding her up. So yeah, that's not good for her.
And I'm mad because I didn't collect vintage back then either, and there's a whole table of vintage. I was so mad, like looking back at it. I mean, the guy that was selling it, I'm friends with now, so I get shit all the time. But like, man, there was just so much good stuff there before prices started going up.
And honestly, I'm hearing, I've heard it from a person, but the one person that I did talk to about it is pretty tapped in with what's going on. He was saying a lot of stuff's coming down, like Joe's and Thundercats and other stuff's coming down. He said Transformers are still doing fine because I can see the Transformers are still doing fine, from what I can gather. I guess my stuff's gone up in the last year or two, yeah. I mean, it seems like things are trending down. Do you feel like things are trending down, or are you saying the vintage is trending up? Huh?
So it's kind of hit or miss. So a couple of weeks ago, I sent you a screenshot of someone locally selling a bunch of vintage that I already owned, and you're like, "Yeah, buy them and make money because they're." I think they want $90.
Hold on a second, Gary. I didn't say buy them, make money. I said buy them, look at them, determine if they're nicer shaped than the ones you have.
Yeah, swap things out.
Upgrade the ones you have, swap things out, get some better parts, and then sell them on. I didn't say buy them and make money, Gary.
So you said buy them and flip them immediately and screw the no. But there's that Bandito. It was a complete Bandito Bash and Mikey in there, and he's like when I bought him, he was $90, and like I did my research, like it was $90, and I bought a complete figure, and I bought him minus the little buddy, his little slug figure packing. But these were all complete. It was all of them complete with the card like snippet and everything. Someone local, she wanted 90 for all of them, and I was like, I could sell Bandito Mikey for 90, get my money back, and then make profit on the rest. Do what you said, swap them out, and what is in better condition. But I started researching it, and like Mikey's like $60-$70 now. So like I feel like he had a drastic drop. Maybe I'm wrong on my research, but like I looked at it and I was like, this isn't worth it to me. And the same with the Turtles 3 Samurai Turtles, which I actually bought all of them when we hung out in Columbus at PowerCon. I ended up buying all of them. And those, I feel like those came down a little bit, but other ones that are normally $20 to $25 figures, I'm starting to see at $30, $35. So they're kind of going up a little bit. Not crazy numbers, but finding more complete ones, I feel like they're about $5, $10 more. And they're more common ones. But I scored a Leonardo, Star Trek Leo, that was still in bubble. It had fallen off the card, but it was never taken out of the bubble. So I had everything with it for $15 the other day. And that was great. And then I bought a carded RAF. Remember I sent you that? I bought a carded Star Trek RAF for $40. And I took it off the card because I wanted the figure. But,
is that the one you cut through the card?
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, I took it out. I'm not despite these, I'm not an inbox guy. So,
yeah.
That guy has a Donnie for 50,
is
but
that
they're.
the one? That's the one you. Is that the one you cut into the package and cut the card, or is that
Oh
a different
no,
one?
no, that was the swimmer. The swimmer. So for the people that don't know that story, I ordered this Raphael in the mail. He's complete. I got everything with him. Mint. Like this thing is definitely someone had opened it off the package and they were a collector as well. But they kept the card art, and I ordered it off eBay and I forgot that I bought it with the card. But they shipped it in a bubble like a bubble mailer, and I'm used to getting figures in boxes. So like I got it, take the scissors, cut right across it. And I'm like, man, that bubble mailer is pretty thick. And then I opened it up, and I took an inch right off the top of the fucking card. I'm like, I'm so annoyed. I just fucked it up.
That's brutal.
It's over there.
At
It's over
least
there
it wasn't
somewhere
like
on
a
the
sealed
floor.
one that you were like. At least this wasn't a sealed one you were trying to grade or something.
Yeah.
Right? Like it just punching yourself in the head repeatedly.
Man, so stupid. I mean, the reason like I don't care, I don't want it, but if someone in the community would have collects that stuff, it's something that was beneficial to them, I would have sent it to them. You know, it's not. You know, it's
Dude,
just I kind of screwed some potential person over that might have needed something like that
right.
because it's not me. I don't care about it.
Oh, I get it, man. Yeah, I get it, dude. You've seen my bag of broken gray parts. I just have broken prime trailer parts that I can't do anything with. Literally are
Right.
broken, like literally, but I can't bring myself to throwing them away because I'm like, well, someone might need it, or I could use it, or no, I can't. I really can't. I just have a bag. I literally have a grocery bag, a brown grocery bag, almost full of just broken trailer parts.
You never know. Someone might need that stuff someday.
Once I got it. Yeah, no, I mean honestly, I intend to get rid of some of them for sure. For those of you who don't know, I'm sure you don't know because you don't know me, but I'm moving to Australia this year with my wife. My wife is Australian. We're heading there in September, and I'm just going through a big cull slash like compression of all of my collectibles here, and it's not reality yet, but it's going to be there very soon. So I'm not really super looking forward to it, but I will say stuff because you realize just how much. I'm sure Gary, you know this. Like the you're outgrowing your office already. You know, in your new house.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's real easy to just it's real easy just to have too much stuff and just start buying everything you can and doing too much. So,
Yeah.
um,
I
yeah.
considered getting rid of vintage the
So,
other day. How much space I'm out of. I'm like I don't even have spots for my current vintage. I'm like I probably should just get rid of some of this.
well, I mean, you know how it goes, man. Like a lot of stuff is like, and it's been for so long. If you don't pre-order it, do you get it? I
Right.
mean, there's always that FOMO, right? So like a lot of the time, you have to even pre-order stuff you might not necessarily want or don't really need in your collection, because if you don't, then you don't get it, and then there you are sitting there going, I really should have pre-ordered that,
Yeah.
you know? And then I can't tell you how many times collecting modern Transformers stuff, whether it was Masterpiece or just retail, um, I would be so excited for something. It finally shows up 4 weeks later from China. I open the box and I'm just like, this is gorgeous. Or the polar opposite, which is like, yeah, I don't need this.
Yeah. I mean
Literally,
I
I've definitely had some where,
no, it happened to me on Tuesday. I got peer pressured into buying that first turtle. That Peter Laird first turtle. I wasn't gonna buy it. I didn't give a shit about it. And someone's like, "But you can pay in four. It doesn't even feel like you're paying for it." I'm like, whatever. So I just bought it anyway. And now it's like now people are
oh,
trying to sell
jeez.
them for like 6 times the price on eBay. So I'm like, well, worst case scenario, if I get it, I'm like, I don't like this. I could just sell it. But yeah, I got peer pressure to that. So yeah, if you don't, if you know, I would have missed the pre-order, and there's a chance I could have just been like, fuck. I did the same thing with those 5K toys, like the not Leonardo, and I just pre-ordered the Donnie and the Splinter. You know, I was like, those go for double the price if you don't pre-order them. So
Right. No. I get that. No, I mean, it's one of those things where like, sure, order it, get it at the right price, so you don't make the mistake of having to pay for it twice as much or 4 times as much later because you just like, oh, I probably don't want that. Make the decision yourself. Like, have it show up, look at it, and go, nope, $150 is a lot cooler than having this toy. That's basically how you have to handle all that stuff.
yeah. I definitely agree. Thankfully, like some of those the times that I have that issue, when I have that issue, it's things that I could just easily resell after I get it. Like usually sell it at cost. I'm like, I didn't need this. Someone else can have it.
No, absolutely. And honestly, I tried that. I didn't try it too many times, but with turtles, and I bought that movie April, the autographed movie April. There was no market for that.
No, no.
There was no market for that.
I'm
I should have just been like,
yeah.
I don't
I'm
think this
lucky I
stuff is
sold
funny.
it for what I paid. Um,
Dude, I don't know if I think what I did was I think I sold it for less as a deal. Like I think somebody was buying other stuff from me, and I threw it in as a better price,
yeah,
just to grease up the wheels, if you will. You know.
yeah. I feel like I've got like a signature floating around here on my desk somewhere. But yeah, I definitely get that. Like, man, yeah, because I bought that for my personal collection. I was like, man, I got to get this yellow raincoat for April. You got to get the yellow raincoat. And April's like, why would you spend $100 on that? I'm like, well, I need the raincoat. I don't care about the signature. Like, I wanted the raincoat for photos. And then it turns out no one gives a shit about movie photos on the internet. So I don't take photos of any movie thing. So I got it in. I didn't even I left it in the
You don't at
box.
all anymore.
Yeah, I don't do, dude. I never do. Like every so often, like if I get like I got like the Secret of the Used Turtles, I took a photo of them, but I don't.
Hmm.
It's always Toon stuff. No one cares about movie photos on Instagram. I don't know why. They just don't care.
Mm.
So maybe I just suck at them, but I don't usually see the the movie stuff for everybody else too do as well as a Toon photo.
I think for me, with all of that stuff, all the photographs and stuff like that, I think more than anything, um, you're talking about almost realism at that point, and that's why I never collected the movie stuff because I didn't
Yeah,
like the way it fit on my shelf. Because I'm not looking for realism on my shelf. Oh, there it
yeah.
is.
I
Look at
knew I had
that.
one floating around here somewhere.
Eastman. Uh, it's it, we wanted. I think what we've always wanted is because we never got it until like recently with the NECA stuff. We wanted tune representation of these toys on our shelves, or just in our house at all, like in our hands, just like as a kid. Like I don't understand why all my turtles didn't look like the turtles that were on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like why is this? Where's the disconnect here? And obviously we don't understand that we're children, but I think that's all we've ever wanted. So I think you're going to get more appeal with your tune photos because it is more of that coming off the television feeling. You know, it's that in a different way. And on top of the fact that the one you did with the turtles, the Channel 6 van was incredible, and the Triceratons. So
yeah. Now that the display that was on that was sent to you, as and then it came back to me now
right.
since you're moving. I did the new Channel 6 van. And I'm gonna probably do a new. I'm gonna redo the photo like I did back then. I'm just gonna redo it with the new one. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
So
man.
hopefully that works out.
Full circle, man. That's how it goes.
So
That's how this stuff goes. Full circle.
definitely. So we'll wrap this up here in a moment because I know we don't have a hard stop, but you got some shit going on. Because of that shit going on.
We got stuff going on.
Um, so one of the fun things about Chris, I want to let everybody know, this is just one of those cool things because we met on the internet and we met through toys, and then now whenever we're in town, wherever, because you live 6 hours from me.
I'm in Detroit right now. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm 6 hours away right
he's in
now.
Detroit. I'm in Syracuse, New York. But you fly out to Albany every so often to do some recording stuff, and turns out Chris is a guitar player for like one of my favorite bands growing up, which is the craziest shit. And
That's how it goes sometimes.
yeah, so it's been super cool. If you don't know, go listen to Bury Your Dead, which is
I got
Chris's
buried
fun
dead.
little
Thank you
band,
so much.
and then Suffocate Faster. He's got a new record coming out. It's your
Yeah,
other
so
band.
yeah, we got stuff coming out in June. We just signed to Smart Punk Records. So Suffocate Faster, Smart Punk Records. Go check it out. Got an EP coming out in June. Yeah, I mean, obviously we were just doing some recording. Actually, this is the first time I've ever talked about it. I don't think anybody knows about it really. So we started recording guitars and stuff for Bury Dead last week. So we have some music coming out this year. We're sorting out right now um, with the engineer's busy schedule and our busy schedule, just getting all of it done. So I would assume there'll be music by fall. We'll be talking more about it, so you'll hear about it too for sure.
Super
Um,
excited.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's it's interesting. It's obviously there's other people like us that do collect toys and do video games and all that stuff. So it's not super surprising that you get to meet somebody who um, has many common interests. But every once in a while you get those, dude. Every once in a while you get somebody who's like on the same page with lifestyle choices, on the same page with music, on the same page with like just collectibles and just overall nerdiness, you know. So it's been a lovely friendship, and I greatly appreciate it. So thank you,
Yeah,
thanks for having me. I really do appreciate it.
I think the only thing we disagree on is our phone choice. You and you iPhone
Yeah, see,
boys.
well, okay. So in all fairness, I gave Google a choice or a chance rather. I actually did the first. I had a sidekick, like a lot of dudes did. Sidekick.
Hell yeah,
Um,
brother! I never had one.
hell
I
yeah,
had a black.
brother.
I was a BlackBerry
No.
guy.
Oh man, see, I wasn't hip to that either. I think like the BlackBerry was the business professional, and I was like the dude on tour. So I had the sidekick. Um, but no, the Google phone, the first Google phone that came out. Um, I went to Europe in the the fall of 2008 with the Google phone. Everybody else on iPhones, right? iPhone 3, I think, is about the time this was out. And I couldn't get on Wi-Fi in these venues to save my fucking life. And everybody else had no problem with their phones. So honestly, like I said, I gave them the chance. I went Android. It was like one of the first Android operating systems, I believe. You could probably tell me if that's true or not.
I
Um,
have no idea.
yeah, I mean, it was Android, and it was like I said, literally 2008. So it's OG as hell. And I went to Apple when I got home, and then I never had trouble in Europe again.
Yeah.
And I just it for me at that point, and that definitely in that time of my life, with how much I was traveling and doing, like I had to be connected, man. Like you feel there's literally nothing worse than being in a foreign country and just not being able to connect with people at home, or just what's happening in the world, or just like it's very frustrating. So I was just mad that whole trip. So the first thing I did, I went straight to the fucking AT&T store and got a phone.
I
So
mean, to be fair, I know how you feel because I feel that way when I go 10 minutes outside of the city and I'm just in the middle of farmland and Trump signs. Like I just feel like I'm in a foreign country. Uh,
uh, uh,
I have anxiety attacks, but yeah, I totally get that. But bro, it's been 15 years of advancement. But I mean,
I know, right? Yeah, but I know you guys are definitely leading edge, and I know your cameras are better. Your nighttime cameras are better.
I just like to
Um,
bust people's balls. That's like an
no, of
ongoing.
course.
So for you not ever watching our episodes, that's like an on running theme. It's like everybody comes at me for having an Android phone, and everybody that we talk to has always got a fucking iPhone. And I'm just like, I always got to come at you with it.
Yeah, no, I honestly, what bugs me, so like I don't mind obviously having conversations with you, like a little green bubble. That doesn't bother me. But what bothers me is when I have a group chat with like 9 people and one green bubble screws up the whole thing for everybody.
Yeah, dude. So, thankfully the new updates fixed some of that on our end. But you know how on your
Oh, okay.
iPhone you can like it, like you can like messages, like this person, like you heart react shit. Whenever they do that on an Android, if you don't know, it will say Chris Chris sent a heart or Chris heart reacted this, and it's like it
Yeah,
tells you what it is. But
yeah. So
now we could do it, and you guys get your thumbs up and shits.
yeah, that's great. I didn't know that because like right now, like so today, I said I don't know that I dig these numbers. I'm sure you remember that.
Yeah.
And and then it sent me a separate text with you with a laughing like a laugh out loud face, and it says you laughed out loud emoji two. I don't know that I dig these numbers. So like mine, I guess my phone hasn't updated yet,
Well,
but
no, maybe
yours.
that's just what it
So
is. I don't know. I didn't know it did that.
oh, maybe that is it.
Maybe that because that's what it
Okay.
used to do to mine. But now, I think ours changes. I don't know, but it's really funny. But we've got the most outlandish, ridiculous, uh, emojis that I can send.
Uh-huh.
So like, there's one that I would just send that's just a gorilla, which I just sent to you right now. It's just a fucking
cool.
gorilla, and it's just really funny to me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I have a. I don't know. You probably won't be able to see it. It's just a regular gorilla emoji. Is it special?
No, it's just a gorilla.
Right.
It's just that's
Okay,
all
cool.
it is.
All right, so you're just stoked about a gorilla emoji.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be big or something crazy.
No,
Yeah,
did it show the gorilla, or does it say that a gorilla emoji?
It does. It says gorilla 2 Lil. I mean, I spelled lol Lil earlier today, per usual.
They'll figure this shit out sooner or later. Goddamn.
I hope so. I really hope so.
One day we'll play nice.
But hey, dude, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time, man. I'm happy to come back to you whenever you want to get some more of the party together.
Yeah, dude. Anytime. People in the comments, let us know if you want to know more about Chris and collecting and his life. Chris is a very interesting character. So
I'm a character, that is for sure.
And he looks like he's turning 25 tomorrow. Look at him. Look at this beautiful young man.
I know, I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm keeping this hat on, dude. I'm looking young.
I'll send you some hair.
Again, man.
I got some for
Appreciate
you. But
it.
everybody, thank you again for joining us. Everybody take care, and we'll see you again soon.